Alright, slight change of plans. Filming this on my damn phone, GoPro. Of course, the first time I come out here, I forget it in the house. So then I go back in, grab it, and the battery died 15 seconds in. So you know what? We're using my phone. I'm not going back in the house. Um, Slight change of plans. I had to get up early today. I didn't originally plan on it, but so I had to get up early today. I got a little bit of time to kill before I have to go to work. It's like 10 to 10. I don't have to go to work till 11:30, so I do have enough time to squeeze in a quick scrap run. So I'm gonna obviously take the junk out of here. A lot of this really is not going. Like that, the box and all the aluminum and stuff, some pump and that. A lot of this isn't going. Take this out and then load up all this junk. That's why I said this is like a load, at least maybe two by itself, because there's 3 microwaves, all this other random junk, and plus there's some junk in the back. And I don't know what James is doing with his Dysons. He was kind of cleaning out the garage, and he kind of put his Dysons over there. I don't quite know what he's doing. Those really should have went back in the garage. Those should not be out here getting ruined. Those are very nice, expensive Dysons that have found. So, but anyways, we're gonna get this unloaded, and then we'll load up some junk and head to the scrapyard. All right, so I think this is gonna be the load. It's 20 after 10. It's good enough. Good enough for me to get this ran down and still have some time because I do have to go to the post office. Although there's a post office next to the scrapyard, but I don't like that post office. I like my local one better. I got a little bit of room right here. I don't know. Let's see if I can find something to shove in there real quick, although not really. Well, there's that little thing right there, but that's buried at the moment. I'm not worried about it. I got enough stuff. This is a 2-trip load, anyways. So at least we got a little bit of decent weight in here. I throw all that pipe in there from last week. This microwave, that microwave, all the poles and stuff that was in that can threw in there. So yeah, a little bit of space. Could throw some more stuff in, but it's good enough for me. I just wanted to get some of this out of here so it doesn't look as trashy back here. But I'll sort through it. It's between tonight stuff, and then tomorrow I'll deal with the rest of this and make another load out of it. Because there definitely is easily another 3/4 of a load. Because there's that microwave, there's the fireplace thing that's been here way too long. These chairs. The barrel's not completely full, but there's stuff in the barrel. I'm sure I got stuff out back. Like I gotta strip the box fan down. Like I said, the can, I'm pretty sure it's broke, so that's gonna end up going. I don't think it's stainless. Is it? Yeah, no. Yeah, no, didn't think so. So, anyways, that's the load. It's probably close. Probably close to 400. Oh, there's another microwave in there right there. Probably close to 4. I'd say between 300 and 400 pounds. So it's like $25 probably. About, because it's up to 160 a gross ton, which is damn it, 7 cents a pound, which is pretty good. Whew. So put that there, get that there. All right, I'm just gonna show you the receipt after we're done. I don't got time to play around and film it like I normally do. Oh, I gotta get that mud off there. So that's the load. I'll show you the ticket, and we'll see you tomorrow. All right, so I'm getting pretty good at this. 340 pounds, 160 gross ton, 2420. So $24. About in line with what I thought. I thought it was a tad bit heavier than that, but about in line with what I thought. So $24, and that's going straight into the gas tank because I can't see now because the car's off. Because I'm doing it on my phone, I have to have the car off because I have the Bluetooth. I don't want it to be recording through the car or something stupid. But I don't know, probably about 2 ticks below the red mark. So I need gas. It'll be about $35. About I'm probably actually gonna get it after work. So it'll be about probably closer to that 35-40 mark by the time I'm done, depending on how much running around I got to do today. So, but this tank of gas is pretty much paid for because there's that. because there's scrap money, and then my aunt gave me $15 from when she had my car running around. So this tank of gas is essentially free. So that's what Shred does, is it just pays for the gas pretty much that I blow through for the most part. But it's hard to tell now because I'm doing the pizza delivery and then helping my aunt with her shifts as well. So it's 4 days a week of that. It really skews the how much gas I use, and I can't really keep track of what is used on, what's used on trash, what's used on the pizza, what's used on personal. So, well, personally, I don't drive around that much at all. It's primarily doing jobs, other tasks. It's not a ton of personal leisure driving. It's mostly doing other stuff, going to do something for someone. So, all right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, so part 2 of scrap yard run we started yesterday. So this is the little bit of stuff we got from Monday night for Tuesday. So we'll take out the good stuff, which is like half of that little load is aluminum and stuff, and then I'll load up the junk that I got lying around, and I got all this stuff to process. I gotta take out back and deal with and process. So I don't know. Maybe tomorrow we'll do an unfairest run. We'll see. Probably not. It's not happening today. Between doing this run and then going through and processing all that stuff, there's not gonna be enough time left in the day to do that. So that'll be maybe a tomorrow project. So get some of this bigger, longer stuff in, stuff that needs to go in first. These bed frames, fireplace thing like the baby gate. Get that loaded and see what we can do. It's probably gonna be another, I don't know. It's probably gonna be a lighter load. 300 maybe if we're lucky, so it'll be like $20 if that. So we'll see. All right, so we're all loaded up. It's just about everything I have. I still have 2.5 microwaves out back. 2 of these normal ones, and then that weird little one that I stripped out that's out back. And those railing pieces, I still have those. I was thinking about maybe shoving them up front because there's kind of room, but I don't know. I don't want it scratching the hell out of my inside panels, which I think it would, because it'd probably slide that way. It's just, I'm not worried about it. I can go next time. So yeah, this is kind of as loaded like crap up here. I probably could have fit those microwaves in if I loaded this better up here. Like take that piece out, this out, and then if I would have put this in first, or these in first, like I was originally going to. Say, I might, let's say, play around and rearrange this. See if I can fit one of them in at least. Woo! Losing pieces. So, see if I can maybe rearrange it to fit one of them in there at least. Because, yeah, I could probably shove one in here. Maybe. So, and that's that. In terms of over here, that's pretty much everything. I still have the trash can, the fan, and the toolbox and stuff. So the fan I could probably strip and fit in there right now, but I'm not worried about it. Do that another day. Gotta deal with all that crap. So through the mud fest, despite the fact that it snowed, it's still soft underneath and it's just mud. I gotta get pavers to put back here. So that's driving me nuts. Like I said, this one might fit. So like I said, there's this. I shoved some of the stuff from the one bucket in there, dumped them in here. I was gonna take that with me too. Like I said, there's the half microwave. So I could probably shove this in there and this in here, actually. So get those in there. Gotta strip that still at some point. And then I gotta strip our old door too at some point. Gotta get that taken care of. But man, I hate taking these doors apart because the screws, you know, they get so rusty and crap, and they just don't want to come out. So, and usually end up stripping them. So that's on the list of things to do, but not high on my priority list. Alright, so actually we'll load these two other things up real quick. And they call it a day. There's my aluminum. I sorted it out. Some of this is extruded. I was going to keep the extruded separate. So I kind of pull that stuff out from over there. Like that's bucket, and then this bucket. A little shred bucket in here. But like I said, for non-ferrous wise, I got a bunch of extruded stuff. This bin of aluminum's full. There's that aluminum. This, the awning. So I could probably make a load, mostly of the aluminum. Like this is full of wire. This is mostly full. It'll definitely be full after I'm done with all that wire. I have to start putting it in another bin. I got bottles I can take back. That bag that I found, that bag is getting fairly full. Motors, a little bit of stainless, a little bit of brass, copper. Number 2, not worth taking in. Number 1, wire for that electrical stuff that I stripped out. All the boxes and stuff, a little bit of wires in that. So that's a couple pounds, that's nice. Nice little bit of brass. And then my Romex bin is over here somewhere. I was kind of saving it until we finished doing the electrical in here, but we're on James's schedule of doing this project, so it's never going to get done. There's not that much Romex left, like I say, my piece running to my plug. So we're on James's schedule, so that's never getting done. So we're just gonna hard drive that missed the bucket, little battery too. So like I said, I'll probably do a non-ferrous load tomorrow. We'll see, because my aunt needs to take the car. She's got a doctor's appointment. I'm assuming sometime in the morning, so I should have my car back by afternoon to be able to do a run of some non-ferrous. So that's tomorrow's problem. Let's get to the scrapyard. Alright, so this today was a little heavier. 380 pounds, pretty sure is what that says. Still 160 gross tons for $27.14, $27. Not bad. So between that 27 to 24 from yesterday, that definitely paid for the gas. Gas was what, $37 it was? For I think just what was it, 12 gallons? Because it's $3.09 a gallon, so what was it? Just shy of 12 gallons, I think. So that paid for the gas, that's nice. And then we got a bunch of non-ferrous stuff tomorrow to take in that I processed everything for today. Ton of wire, a little bit of brass, a couple motors, and that and such. So we'll do that tomorrow. And keep jacking up this total. Alright, so we're going to do the scrap run of some money today. Better at least than the normal shred runs that we've been doing. So I'm going to do wire, which is this. My little bit of number 1 that I got. And then number 2, number 2, number 2. These 3 bins. Motors there, that bin, and that bin. We'll probably do brass too, because that's got some good weight right there. And then my Romex, which I think is that bin under the dirty brass bin over here. Quite a bit of dirty brass. Yeah, that's where my Romex is. Alright. Gotta unbury that. So, I'm not going to take the copper in. That's just so little. That's not worth bothering to take it in. That's like 3-4 pounds, so that's not worth taking in. A little bit of stainless, hold off on that. It's not really worth taking in either. I mean, most of the space in the bin is this damn colander. And then I was thinking extruded, since this is kind of in the way here, you know, sticking out wildly like this because of this stupid foam that's in my way that I need to get to and throw somewhere out of my way. Say maybe aluminum, but I'm really thinking that'll just be that's a separate trip. probably for a different day. I don't think I'm going to do that today. Even though I kind of need to. Because this bin is full. And then there's this pile. In that bin. And the awning. And then there's a couple other pieces over here. But that's really it. Is just that stuff. And aluminum, I kind of prefer to just take it in just one trip. Like, just load it all in the truck. That's the only thing I take. It's just easier that way. So, I think we'll do that. So, like I said, that'll be a different day. That's just a different day problem. So, and maybe bottles. Because I got that bag and then this bag that I found. And this is pretty much full. At this point. It would be cool if I could put these in there, except for these are all... I probably should take them like in the basement or in the house or something so they'll thaw out instead of being out here because it's freezing out here. Those need to thaw out. These, I think, are unthawed at this point. Yeah. But yeah, like these, they're sort of unthawed. They're slushies at the moment. So that's a problem for later on. So just get the stuff out of here, kind of clean this up a bit because it's kind of looking like a mess over here. I definitely do want to do shelves or something else. I don't know, maybe more drums for the wires, like the 55-gallon drums that we used to have. I don't have any here. They're all at storage. James has them in storage. Although I like these cans because these cans fit in my truck, whereas a 55-gallon drum wouldn't fit in my truck. I'd have to put it on. I mean James. I'd need to put it on a cargo carrier or a trailer. But that's that. I'm gonna get this loaded up and see what space we got. All right, so all loaded. It fits just perfectly. I can't really see out my mirror on with the cans there, but that's all right. So got the extruded, the long stuff. This is the smaller stuff. Just put it in this bin. Wire. The low grade. Got the brass right here and this brass rod right there. Motors, I took some of them out of this bin and put them in that one. Probably should take a few out of there too to lighten them up a bit because motors, of course, are heavy. So, and then we got my Romex and my number 1. So that's the load. This is probably 150 bucks. 150 bucks, I'd say. I mean, this is paying, of course, these wires are paying pretty good. I think it's like $2 a pound on the number 2. This is probably, you know, somewhere in the middle. This is like 55 cents a pound, but there's quite a lot of it. Motors are probably like 20 to 25. Brass, 220. And this is probably 20, 30 pounds. So, extruded. So, sheet's paying... what is sheet paying? 50 something? So this is probably like 60, 65. I mean, it's not a ton of it, but that's probably another like 10, 15 bucks, maybe 20. Alright, battery said it was cold, so it turned off, but scrapyard, weighed out and paid. So electric motors, 162 pounds, 19 cents a pound, 30.78, is that what it's supposed to be? I can't tell, it's supposed to be an 8 or a 6, I think an 8. Copper number 2 insulated, 30%, 104 pounds, 55 cents a pound, 57.20. Number 2 insulated, that was the Romex. Usually they tell you their percentage, but 8 pounds, $1.40 a pound, 11.20. Number 1 insulated, obviously number 1 wire, 5 pounds, $2 a pound, 10 bucks. Brass, 28 pounds, $2.20 a pound, 61.60. And then my extruded, they gave me old sheet for, which is nonsense because I know they have an extruded category and that it's worth more. So, see, that's why I don't bother separating it, because they just throw it all in his old sheet. So there was no point in doing that unless I took it to a different yard. About 38 pounds, 50 cents a pound, $19. So 190 bucks. Pretty good. Now, in terms of going to another scrapyard, I know I need quite a few things to be better to pay better than to make it worth going to a scrap yard, to another yard. Because like on the wire, at 55 cents a pound, there's another yard. It's about a half hour away down in Hamburg that is paying, what, 83 cents a pound on 30%. So obviously that would get me more money, but you also have to factor in that this yard is 5 miles away. That one's almost 30, and there's tolls. I'd have to pay tolls because this is New York State. So there's tolls. So you figure take $10 off the top in tolls. I don't know if it'd be that high, but just call it $10. Gas, I don't know. Oh no, gas wouldn't be that bad, because you figure it's 30 miles each way actually. So 60, that'd be about 60 miles at least. So you figure that's about that'd be about 2.5 gallons of gas. So that's almost another $10. So that's, take 20 off the top for gas. So but I mean, if I had a significant quantity, which I mean I did at 100 pounds, but if I really had the space to hold on to it, it might be worth it. But I just like the simplicity. St. Brass, I think they were paying a bit better on it as well, and I don't know if they would have gave me extruded or not. And their motor's paying a little better. I think it was 21 cents a pound, because I looked last night, because I did think about going down there. But like I said, I just enjoy the simplicity of this. Is 5 miles away, so it's we're talking, 5 miles each way, so 10-mile round trip, and it'll take me 15 minutes to get there, whereas going there, half hour, that's an hour travel time. So I mean, I just don't bother. I just prefer the in and out, the quick cash over the the quick, the quick dime over the slow, the fast nickel over the slow dime. I prefer doing it that way. So, but that's it. We'll see you guys tonight on the curbs.